Hey, what's going on guys? Oscarmini here. This is the Infinix Hot 9, which is a successor to the Hot 8 from last year. Do you want to find out if this is a worthy upgrade from the Hot 8? Without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. Now for the Infinix Hot 9 this year, we have a couple variants ranging from the 2GB RAM variant, the 3GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage which I have here, and also the Infinix Hot 9 Lite, which is the cheaper and smaller one in this combo. Shout out to the guys at Western Digital for sponsoring this video. In case you somehow do not know them, they provide storage solutions such as the My Passport 4TB drives here and the iExpand flash drive. So back to the video. I'll get you guys through my experience with this device, but first off, let's unbox the smartphone. Inside, the first thing you do get to see is the smartphone itself, with the obvious highlights of the specs on the front sticker. Setting that aside for now, we go further to see the smaller box which houses the SIM ejector tool, the X-Club card, the usual film screen protector, and a TPU silicone protective case. Other items from the box would include the 10-watt charger, the micro USB cable still in 2020, for data transfer and to charge up this device. And lastly, the pair of earphones with 3.5mm audio jack. Setting up the Hot 9 was a breeze and took about 3 minutes to get everything up and running. Design-wise, the Infinix Hot 9 has this regular form factor from a lot of smartphones around the price range this year, which include the Tecno Spark 5. I have a link to that review on this channel in the description. This device sports a 6.6-inch display with a cutout notch at the front. While flipping to the rear, you get the stunning and textured looking design on the plastic with the quad camera setup, which I'll be touching on in a bit, a biometric fingerprint sensor, and the Infinix branding. The left side houses the dual SIM slot with a dedicated micro SD card slot for obvious storage expansion. You get the volume rocker and the power button to the right. Now taking a look at the bottom of the Hot 9, we get the down-firing speaker grille, a micro USB port and not Type-C sadly, the mouthpiece opening and the audio jack port, while the top remains bland. The usual basic design we have now come to embrace as a standard in 2020 for budget devices. Now back to the design, you have a 6.6-inch LCD 720 HD panel here, a 20:9 aspect ratio, and about 83% screen-to-body ratio. Consuming media on this device is outright the budget standard, the regular OK kind of screen you should expect and nothing really fancy. I like the Infinity O or cutout notch as it's called on this display for the fact that you get immersive viewing experience with regards to it. One more thing is that the display is adequately usable outdoors. On the Infinix Hot 9 you get XOS 6.1, Android 10 and DTS audio to give you better audio than the competition out there. Speaking of the audio quality, here's what the microphone sounds like in this recording from the smartphone. Yo guys, Oscar Frank here for Oscarmini, and I'm actually recording this audio on my Infinix Hot 9. Does it sound clear? Do let me know in the comment section what you think about the audio coming off the smartphone. Although you have a down-firing speaker grille, the audio is basically loud, and also you get this bass sapped sound from this speaker, but it actually gets the job done.
I don't play the field, I hit my Dougie from the skybox. Playing with my funds, it get ugly like a cyclops. My God, I ain't been this livid since my dad kicked me out the house. We had an agreement, now you trying to give the run.
Performance is where you get to notice that the Infinix Hot 9 is slightly better and faster than the Hot 8 from last year. As opposed to the Hot 8, you are getting an octa-core processor in the form of the Helio A25 chipset, which is a newly introduced entry SoC from MediaTek in 2020. You also get a 3GB of RAM and 64GB of ROM in the variant I have here, but there are other variants which I mentioned earlier. This smartphone runs on Android 10 like I said and XOS 6.1, which is Infinix's skin on top of Android. All in all, the performance is a little more fluid than you get for similarly priced devices. Although that's not to say you do not notice lags and stutters while playing titles such as PUBG. But the A25 chipset here has a slight performance boost than the A22, and I must say this is a step in the right direction. For PUBG you can run up to balanced graphics, but then again, this device isn't meant for tasking titles. Hence for performance, the Infinix Hot 9 is a way to go when gaming isn't your main purpose of getting this device. Battery life is one thing that matters a lot, especially when considering the price point and the market this device actually targets. On the Infinix Hot 9, you're getting 5000 mAh of battery here, and you can charge it up in about 3 hours from 0 to 100% using the 10-watt charger included within the box. And to run it down from 100 to 0%, You'd have to use the smartphone for a day and a half from my test so far. So you get a B or maybe an A- if I'm to grade the battery life here. It's time to talk about the camera on the Infinix Hot 9. You get 5 cameras in total on this device, with a quad camera setup at the rear and a single front-facing camera in that hole punch cutout. The rear camera setup houses a 13 megapixel main lens, 2 megapixel depth sensor, 2 megapixel macro, and a QVGA for low lights. Not forgetting the LED flash at the rear, while the front-facing camera on the other hand is an 8 megapixel sensor. When considering the photos on here, I'd say it is about what you expect and nothing more. Good lighting conditions give you the best the camera has to offer, which is quite decent. But when you begin to use the smartphone in low light condition, the things begin to fall apart. Portraits on the other hand are decent too, from both the front and the rear cameras. The front-facing camera also does take decent photos, the condition being in well-lit situations, although you sometimes have to balance for exposure to avoid those overexposed highlights in the photos coming from these lenses. Videos for both the front and rear camera are capped at 1080p 30 frames per second, and no image stabilization goes on here. Obviously, this isn't a video-focused smartphone, so generally speaking, photos are decent, but not the best there is. But then again, for the price point, you shouldn't really expect a way better image capability. Hey guys, this is a front-facing camera video and audio test for the Infinix Hot 9. What do you think about the video quality and the audio coming off the smartphone? Do let me know in the comments section below, as I really want to hear from you guys. Bye for now. Speaking of the price, the Infinix Hot 9 variant, which is 3 gigs and 64 gigs of storage, which I have here, is sold at 58,000 naira or about $145. You can also get a 2 gig 32 variant for 54,000 naira and 51,000 naira or $130 for the Hot 9 Play. So what are my final thoughts on the Infinix Hot 9? I think this is a step in the right direction as far as incremental upgrades are concerned. Having Android 10, a slightly better processor. Now I did notice better imagery here when compared to the predecessor, and generally it is a little better device overall. So there you have it, my review on the Infinix Hot 9. Do let me know your thoughts about this review and this smartphone in the comment section below. Do not forget to like, share, and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that already. Other than that is goodbye, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Cuídate.